Good morning, boys and girls. We're going to go ahead and get started with our first online video. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can follow the PowerPoints we usually use in class together. So give me 1 second to get that pulled up. All right, friends, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We know today is Thursday, and we're going to start our morning today with reviewing some of the things we know about school so that we can get ready for online learning. So the first thing you always do every morning when you unpacked is you gave me a morning greeting. So we are no longer at school, so I can't hug you in person or high five you in person, but we can do it virtually. So we're going to go through the greetings because they look a little bit different. This is a high five, a fist bump, which is kind of like our elbow hello, but we changed it. You can give me an air hug, you can give me a handshake, and you can say hello. So I want to give you 5 seconds to think about what you want to do. And then when I say go, we're all going to say good morning through the computer. All right, go. Good morning, boys and girls. I know I could hear some of you through the computer. All right, so we did our morning check-in, and then you came inside and you put your folder away and you told me how you were feeling. Now we no longer have our little board with our numbers, but you can still tell me how you're feeling. So we have our red side, which is when you're angry and mad. We have our yellow side, which is when you're happy and ready to go. We have our blue side, which is when we're sad and upset. And we have our green side, which was when we're cool and calm. So maybe you're feeling angry, you're mad that you don't get to learn in school, or maybe you're lonely and you miss your friends. I know I'm lonely and I miss all of you. Or maybe you're ecstatic and you're super, super excited to get to be able to see your teacher on the computer. Go ahead and think for 5 seconds about what you're feeling, and then when I say go, you're going to point to where you are feeling on the computer. Go. Alrighty, and Miss Winkler chose ecstatic because I am so excited to get to teach you all again. It has been way too long. All right, now that we've checked our mood meter, we're gonna pause and we're gonna talk about something. So this is called the pause button. This means that you stop what you're doing and you think. So when we're learning or when we're doing our morning videos, I might ask you to pause your computer video. So you would find the pause button and you would freeze it so you're no longer hearing me talk. So when I say go, you're gonna try and find the pause button to freeze this video. Go. Okay, I know I have friends pausing. I'm gonna give us a few more seconds to figure that out. All right. Now you should have practiced unpausing it. We're ready to move on. Okay, now you're no longer home, but, well, you are home. You're no longer in school. But it is still important that you do the right thing at home. Your parents expect you to do it right or you do it again, just like I do. So we're going to practice one of Miss Winkler's favorite sayings. We're going to read it together the first time, and then I say my part and you say your part. Repeat after me. We do it right. Very good. Or we do it again. All right, I'm going to say my part and you're going to say your part back to the computer. We do it right, or very good, friends. So make sure, even though I can't see you every day, that you're working extra hard and you're following your parents' directions or they're going to make you do it again. Okay, we had carpet expectations, but you're not on the carpet right now. Except though these things are still important wherever you're sitting. So we're going to review them again because no matter if you're in a chair, if you're on your floor, if you're in your bed, you've got to make sure that you're ready to learn when you're listening to me. So my mouth is quiet, my ears are listening, my eyes are looking, my feet are still, my brain is thinking, and my hands are still. Check to make sure your body's doing that. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go. I can see some of your thumbs through the computer because I know you're that ready. All right, if we know our expectations, let's review our rules. Now, Just kidding. Before we get to our rules, we used to have silent signals for waters and tissue and the restroom. Now that you're at home, you don't have to ask me to go. If you need to go, just go. Okay, now we're on the rules. We have 5 rules. We need to review the rules because the same rules we had at school are the same rules you'll have at home when we're learning. So repeat after me. Rule number 1, listen when your teacher is talking. That means that if you're listening when I'm talking, your voice is at 0, so you can hear what I'm saying. Show me a voice level 0. Very good. All right, repeat after me. Rule number 2, follow directions quickly. We have so much to do, boys and girls, when we're learning at home, and so you have to make sure you're listening to directions and doing them right the first time. Capiche? All right. Rule number 3, respect others, yourself, and your school. Now, respecting others at home means that you're being nice to your brothers and sisters and your mom and dad. Respecting yourself means that you're making smart choices. And respecting your school, well, your school is now your home, so make sure you're taking care of your home and keeping it clean. When you finish working, you need to clean up everything so you're ready for the next day. All right, rule number 4, raise your hand to speak. So, when we are in our Zoom meetings in our small groups, there's going to be a lot of you and there's only one of me, which means I need you to raise your hand to speak. So practice for me. When I say go, you're going to raise your hand. Go. Very good. All right, and our last rule is Ms. Winkler's favorite rule, because we're good first graders when we do this. So repeat after me. Rule number 5, be safe, be kind, and be honest. All right, online learning looks different than when we were in school. I no longer get to see you follow the rules, but I know you're going to because I've taught you that, and your parents have taught you that. So you're going to continue to follow our rules, you're going to be safe at home, and you're going to be kind and help out your families. Capiche? All right. Now, there's no clip chart because I'm not with you, but I'm still checking in with your parents to see how you're doing. So you still have to follow the rules for learning at home, and you need to follow your parents' rules. We all need to be ready to learn every day, and I want no one getting clipped out. Capiche? All right. Now, we also have voice levels. Now, I want you to think, is it a good idea to be screaming in school? Even if your school is your home? No. Okay, so if it's not a good idea, let's talk about the voice levels we should use. So voice level 0 says no voice. That means when I'm talking, you're at 0. Show me voice level 0. All right, now, sometimes you may need to talk to someone, and that's a voice level 1. A voice level 1 is a whisper. Everyone say their name in a whisper. Miss Winkler. Good. Now, voice level 2 is probably what you'll use when you're in your small groups. Voice level 2 just means you're talking to the person next to you. Now, you're not right next to them, but you don't need to scream. Show me a voice level 2 by saying your name. Miss Winkler. Good. Voice level 3. This is your table talk or your teacher voice. Now, oopsies. I'm using a voice level 3 because I'm talking through the computer and I want to make sure you hear me. But you don't need to use a voice level 3. And voice level 4 is that really, really loud outside voice. You don't need that because you're not outside. So, parents, make sure that they're using voice level 0 when they're listening, And make sure you can have them use these voice levels at home. They're really good at doing a voice level 1 and a voice level 2. All right, first grade. Let's keep on moving. We've reviewed our rules. We've talked about consequences. There is no clip chart. Now, let's get back to our morning routine. Usually every morning we read a morning message. Now, I'm not there to read it with you, but I'm going to read it to you across the computer. So listen with nice, big listening ears. Your eyes are tracking the screen. All right. Good morning, friends. Today is Thursday, April 9th, 2020. I am so excited for you to practice learning at home and watch this video. I have missed you all so much. Let's have a great day. Love, Miss Winkler. So, our morning message talked about us watching this video today and practicing for online learning. I cannot wait to start teaching you all again. Okay. After our morning message, we usually ate breakfast, and when we finished cleaning up breakfast, we went over our schedule. So we're going to go over our schedule. Now, you should have already eaten breakfast because you need to have food in your tummies to help your brain think. I just ate breakfast. Miss Winkler had yogurt. Now, we are going to get up and check Canvas in the morning so you can watch a morning announcement. If I have them, you can read anything, you can watch any cool videos I post. And Miss Winkler's telling you all to get up at 8 a.m. That's just to help get your brains and your bodies moving so we're not sleeping too late. Then you all know we have small groups where you get to meet with 4 or 5 of your friends. And there's 4 different teams. Team 1 is going to meet in the morning from 10:30, or oh my goodness, Miss Winkler can't read, 9:30 to 10. Then you all are going to get on Canvas with me and you're going to watch a video I've recorded just like this one, and you're going to get on at 10:15. Then that ends at 10:45 and you're going to need a break because you've been working hard. You're going to go to lunch at your home. And there's some specials activities you can do. Maybe you want to play some games outside. Maybe you want to draw a picture. You can take time to do that. Then we're going to go into small groups. So Miss Winkler gets to meet with Team 2 at 11:30, Team 3 at 12:10, Team 4 at 12:50. So I get to meet with all my first grade friends. Then when you finish your small group, or at this time when all the small groups are over, you should get on PathBlazer so you can practice your reading and math. And we want you to do 30 minutes of it. Then you're finished for the day. Miss Winkler is going to be available from 1:10 to 3:30. So you can call me if you need help with anything or if you want to talk to me because I missed you all. All right, last thing I want you to do, first graders, I want you to look and see what team you're on. Are you Team 1, Team 2, Team 3, or Team 4? When you found your name, you're going to show me through the computer screen. So I know you know what your number is. Okay. Show me your number. All right, you now know what team you're on, and I'll make sure your parents know what time to get you on the computer. All right, first graders, last thing we're going to do is read a story, because we're practicing learning for the whole time that we're supposed to when we start online learning next week. So yesterday, if you were on the Zoom call, I read you a story about Pete the cat going to the supermarket. Today, I have Pete the cat, Scuba Cat. We're going to read the I can statement, and then I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see the book I read. Okay, listen as I read. You can repeat after me too if you want. I can listen to a story. I can explain what Pete the cat does. So you're going to listen to me read the story, and you're going to be able to tell me what Pete the cat does. Before I stop sharing my screen, I want you to look at the cover and make a prediction, which means you're thinking about what's going to happen in the story. All right, when I stop sharing my screen, you're still making your prediction. All right, first graders, you should have made that prediction, and now it's time for me to read you that story. So Miss Winkler's prediction was that I think this Pete the Cat book is going to be about him going scuba diving because they called him a scuba cat. So I used the pictures and the clues, and I think he might make some friends. Maybe he's going to be friends with this octopus or this really funny looking fish. All right, remember you're listening for what he does. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to read the words, then I'll show you the picture. All right, Pete the cat is excited. He's going scuba diving. Pete puts on a mask and fins. He has a tank full of air. He hopes to see lots of fish. If you are lucky, you might see a seahorse, says Captain Joe. A seahorse, says Pete. I can't wait. I've never seen a seahorse before. Raise your hand if you've seen a seahorse before. Not many friends. Yeah, Miss Winkler hasn't seen one either because you have to go scuba diving to see one. They live deep, deep, deep in the ocean. Their ridges look like a horse's mane, says Captain Joe. Groovy, says Pete. Pete jumps into the water. Splash! Down, down, down he goes. Up, up, up go the bubbles. Pete looks for a seahorse. He sees a swordfish and Pete swims out of the way. Pete waves to a stingray. It has a long, skinny tail. That's not a seahorse, thinks Pete. Pete looks high and he looks low, and then he feels a tickle. Boys and girls, is Pete right? Is this a seahorse? Very good. The story said it was a stingray. Everyone say stingray. Now say it quickly, stingray. All right. Pete sees a school of fish. They all look alike except for one. It pops up. It's a blowfish. It is not a seahorse. So, point to my screen and find the fish that looks different than the rest. Good. What color is this fish? I heard some of you say green. And what color is these fish? I heard some of you say red. So they are all the same, and this one's not because they're different type of fish. Where could one be? Pete looks in the rocks. What is that? It's an octopus. It has 8 legs. It is not a seahorse. All right, boys and girls, we're going to practice pausing. So find your pause button. And when I say go, you're going to pause and show me the number 8. When you finish, you're going to start the video. Go. Okay. Now you should have showed me the number 8 because an octopus has how many legs? Good. All right, let's keep reading. Here was my picture of the octopus. Pete feels a tickle. What could it be? Pete turns and he sees a cave. Is there a seahorse inside? Give me a thumbs up if you think a seahorse is going to be inside. Give me a thumbs down if you say, no way. All right, Miss Winkler thinks there's going to be a seahorse. Let's see if she's right. Pete sees a crab with claws. A seahorse doesn't have claws, Pete thinks. Uh-oh, Miss Winkler was wrong. The cave is getting darker, and Pete feels a tickle. Then he sees an eel. Pete swims past it. It's too long to be a seahorse. Oh no, it is too dark to see. How will Pete get out? Pete sees a jellyfish. It glows in the dark. Pete is almost out of the cave and he sees an angelfish. It's very colorful. Boys and girls, I bet Pete is getting sad because he hasn't seen a seahorse yet, and he's been in the sea for quite a while. I hope he finds one. Let's say fingers crossed that he does. Pete is out of the cave. So why is it so dark? Pete is in a shadow. He is in the shadow of a whale. Yikes. Everyone say uh-oh. All right. Pete wishes he could jump on a seahorse and ride away. I bet Pete is scared because whales are really big. Pete hops on a sea turtle instead, and it takes him on the boat. Thank goodness that sea turtle was there to save him. I did not see a seahorse, thinks Pete. He feels a tickle on his tail. A seahorse, cries Pete. What a surprise. Look, there's the seahorse right there. You were with me all along, says Pete. What a cool adventure. And look, these are all the different friends he found in the sea. All right, first grade friends, we have done a lot this morning. We reviewed our rules. We read our morning message. You checked in and told me how you were feeling. You did your morning check-in with me. You read a story. You reviewed the rules. Whew, Miss Winkler's tired, and I bet you are. All right, so we are done for today. I love you all so, so much, and I cannot wait to start learning with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to have your parents reach out to me. Bye, first graders.